Court, the movie podcast where Sean
And Mampy.
watch it, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
Joker, Folie, Deux. Ladies and gentlemen, today, and maybe a few days ago for Mampy,
Yeah, sir.
we watched Joker, Folie, Deux.
All I do.
And it was beautiful.
What a beautiful movie.
What did you think about this movie, man?
Oh, man, oh, man. It was one of those movies where about halfway through, I went, yeah, I'm going to go get some popcorn and candy. I got up and I went and bought some. I leisurely strolled.
Take your time.
Didn't give a shit. It was the middle of their big number in the radio station or whatever, their radio show. Not radio show.
Oh, no, yeah.
Late night show. And I was like, I know where this is going. I'm just going to get some popcorn. Got popcorn, got candy. I came back, I sat back down, and I enjoyed that part. It was like,
What kind of candy did you get?
Sweet Tarts Ropes. I cannot. They are my favorite candy.
It's a really good candy.
They're very good. You know what I love most about them?
I would love to know. Yeah.
No red dye. They
don't have any red dye in there?
I think they use beets or something.
Beets?
Vegetables.
Beets by Dre?
Beets by Earth. Mother Earth.
By Earth. Mother Earth.
Mother Earth. Mother.
Hey, Mother Eartha.
Earth. Mother Earth. That's good.
Well, that's lovely. That sounds like you had a wonderful time.
That part was awesome. What about you?
I think I didn't care for a long time. I was just like watching it and going, this sucks.
Yeah.
But I
Not
don't care
great.
that much. Occasionally there was like a image that was interesting to me.
Yeah.
And then by the 90th song,
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck. God damn
Can't we
it.
stop with the music?
Why? More on that later.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So, the plot. You may remember Joker 1 when Joker, this guy Arthur Fleck, he got pissed off because he happened to be brutalized by everyone in his life. And on top of that, he wasn't even funny.
Yep.
And so he started murdering people, and he became a folk hero. And then on national TV, he shot Robert De Niro in the head.
Yes.
And then everyone went, woo! And then he got caught. And he went, ha, 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 ha. And that's pretty much the Joker 1.
Yep.
Then we're back for Joker 2. Arthur's in Arkham. And, well, he's not too happy.
Not joking no more.
No, he's got to take his brain pills so he doesn't do any more murders. Boo-hoo. And and then we get to watch his trial, where his lawyer's like, "Hey, you went crazy. You did those things because you were crazy." And then a lady played by Lady Gaga, is like, "I love you. I love you very much."
Very cool.
The two main characters insist on whispering at
Yeah.
every moment, except like the 2 or 3 times when they scream.
Yes.
But they mostly go, "Isn't it great to love someone?
I love it.
Oh, me too. I'm Joker." And then kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, kind
It's
of.
basically like a trial. And they bring back characters from the first one that you only vaguely remember.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, okay.
All right.
And then there's an explosion. Actually, I'm getting into spoiler territory.
Whoops.
But, I mean, you can tell from the movie trailer that there's some sort of explosion at some point.
Yes, there is an explosion.
And then the rest is history. They sing songs and there's a trial and they have to decide, is this guy guilty or innocent? Is he insane or was he sane or is the world insane,
Yeah,
man?
man. The world just pushes you till you can't take it no more.
And you know what happens? You get Joker-fied.
Yeah.
Ha 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 on my forehead.
I do like the idea that everyone who watched it and was like, yeah, I'm the Joker, is now like, oh. I don't want
Yeah.
him to do that. Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute. This guy isn't... Wait, I don't like him anymore because he isn't the Joker?
Yeah.
Is that why they were mad?
I don't know.
He did the murders, which was the thing I liked, but...
Yeah.
And also, he said that society pushes you really far, and then it makes you do bad things, which I liked. But now
Yeah.
that he... What? I don't know. Something happened.
Something happened to Joker.
Something happened, and that's...
boy.
And gosh darn it. That's as much as you can say without spoilers.
It's truly true, but they say.
I mean, most of it is difficult to spoil because it's kind of the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like something brutal happens to Arthur Fleck.
Fleck.
Arthur, I know I said it like 30 seconds ago, but it's just floating away.
Technic.
Arthur Fleck. And then he sees Lady Gaga and they have like a conversation or do sex.
Yeah.
And then he sees Savion Glover. No, Brendan Gleeson? Is that his name? Yes, Brendan Gleeson.
Yes.
And he's like, hey there, how's it going? I have an American accent.
Hey there, Arthur.
But occasionally,
Yeah, I have seen
you hear 1 to 10 seconds of me being really Irish, and
Hey.
then I'm just a regular American again.
Hey, Joker, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Oh, Joker, I don't like ya.
I don't like you.
I'm gonna cut me finger off. If you won't let me, potentially, it's kind of implied that maybe. Okay, spoiler. We're into spoilers now.
We're getting in there.
Now we spoil.
we spoil.
Okay. Actually, before we spoil, if you like the first one at all, you probably won't like this one.
Yeah.
And if you didn't like the first one at all, you
might.
still won't.
Yeah, there's
I
a
think.
slim chance that you may like it, but it's very slim.
It's very slim.
This also, there's not anything that happens that isn't tied to the first movie.
Yes.
So it's not like one of
There's
those
no new
pop-ins.
moment.
You would be like, what? What are they talking about?
Yeah.
It's all about the first movie.
You'd be like, okay, there's a little person. He comes in and he cries.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't seen the first movie, you'd be like, well, this is fucking weird.
It is weird.
And then Zazie Beetz is in there.
She back.
She's like the only person from the 1970s who has 2 earrings in one ear. But I don't know. They just couldn't take it out for one scene. Just, hey, would you... it's the 70s now. Do you want to take that earring out? Nah, not for this piece of shit.
I'm good. Yeah, no.
Maybe... I mean, I'll maybe put in an extra one for Deadpool 7 or whatever. Okay, we gotta talk about.
Yeah,
this
we
movie.
gotta crack it open. Crack this nut.
Let's crack this baby open and talk about the best part. I have one.
Oh, tell me.
Mampy, I've got a best part.
What is the hero of this picture?
It is not within the movie. This best part.
Yeah.
The Euro, as we call it. It is outside of the movie.
Oh.
I saw a clip of Joaquin and Lady Gaga up on their feet, all dressed up after a screening, and everybody is applauding. It's a standing ovation. And you can see Joaquin mouth what looks to be the words, "It's horrible." He may or may not be saying "it's horrible."
That's amazing.
And Lady Gaga may or may not be saying, what do you mean? It's fine.
What?
And that's sort of how I felt.
Yeah.
Thought it was... It's weird because it's not objectionable, like, morally or something. It's, like, so gray about what it's actually saying that it has no... I didn't feel like, this is sick or anything like that.
No.
I was just kind of like, this is horrible. And I agree. Joaquin, you're right. That's my favorite part, is seeing that clip.
Yeah, I think that's a great clip. I didn't know about that, and I share the sentiment that it just really didn't work out.
sucks.
time. Yeah,
But there must be something good about it, right?
yeah, I think.
I laughed a few times.
Yeah, there's some okay moments, and
I
like
don't remember when.
sometimes. Yeah, I don't remember when. I don't remember when. I mean, we brought it up, but my hero is the aforementioned explosion.
Yeah.
Because it was finally when something happened in the movie.
Yes,
I was
absolutely.
like, okay, something happened.
It
Yay.
only took 2 hours and 7 minutes.
I don't really know why they decided to make it a courtroom drama. It's very boring. Not
I mean, a
interesting.
courtroom drama can be interesting.
Sure.
I've seen many of them, but they chose not to do it for this one.
It really didn't do like anything, and then it relegated the co-lead to just being behind the lead,
Yeah, just
sitting in a
sitting.
room.
And also then just like leaving.
Yeah, I just been like, all right, bye. Yeah, I really didn't vibe with her finally dressing the part, like, oh, she's becoming Harley Quinn, and then she's just like, oh, I'm out of here. I was like, what? What? That was it?
I had no idea why anyone left or why anyone was there in the first place. Okay, no, I take that back. I get why anyone was there in the first place.
Yeah, sure.
Because I too sometimes feel like, well, this whole world's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't want to murder anyone, but I understand why, like, someone who has been treated so poorly, someone who's been, like, a victim of all the different kinds of assault, might go kooky and kill someone.
Absolutely.
But in this one especially, I was like, well, I don't know. What are they doing and why?
Yeah.
What's anyone doing and why?
I totally get the idea of using your movie to, like, pick apart your... like the previous movie, like that is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But like the whole idea of like don't sensationalize mental illness or whatever, but you're doing it through a movie, and the point of movies is like this kind of hyper lifting up of an idea. So it's like, well, this isn't really the medium to do it, and about this character, like it's just so bizarre. I was just like, huh? It just didn't. I don't know. I was like, what?
There must have been something. Oh, okay. Honestly,
There must have been something.
there was good stuff.
Yeah.
After the explosion,
Yes.
the kind of 3.5 minutes when it becomes like when something happens.
Yeah.
Or it might even be 2 minutes. But he like runs out of the front of the thing. They do the generic like ears ringing bullshit that
Classic.
has been in every movie since Schindler's List.
Yeah.
No, not since Schindler's List. Since
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. Same year, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Same.
That wasn't even the same year, but at some point, those were movies.
Yeah.
Those were both movies. You can agree on that.
Yeah, we can.
But they do that same bit where it's like, and they're, hey, Mr. Joker, get into my car. Come on.
Yeah.
And they do that dumb bit. But he gets in a car. There's like police cars going by. Like there's like sort of a POV from his thing where you're
Yes.
seeing like two different clown guys, and you see people. Then he runs. Like there's
Some action.
There's the purpose of a movie where
Yes.
like things are moving through the frame. Whereas for most of the movie, nothing is moving through the frame.
That scene was such a relief. I was like, God,
They're moving.
Goodness, jeez Louise.
This is a moving picture.
Because I got worried as soon as it went in the courtroom. I was like, please don't be the next like 40 minutes of this movie. And then it was, and I was like, oh.
I mean, it might have been longer than that.
Yeah, I was like, please.
Steve Coogan, who I normally love, is in there just
Doing nothing.
trying his best,
Yeah.
but not even getting close.
Why he was cast, no idea. Like,
Who
couldn't
knows?
tell you. Just
I mean,
bizarre.
comically, like, there's only like one or two moments where it gets excitingly bad.
Yeah.
Like a movie like Cats, you watch that and you
Yeah.
feel sort of uplifted by it because it's like melting your brain.
It's
and you're
like,
oh,
what
this
the hell?
this is awful. I feel amazing. But this is like this is awful. I feel awful.
Yeah, it just, you leave just
So
feeling
grim.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought the movie overall was just like needlessly cruel and just like depressing. Like, it was like, I get you're saying, like, don't glorify him. He murdered people.
Even the first one was like that.
True, very much. But then it fit more because, like, it was like, okay, this is how he becomes this thing because it's, like, so down and whatever. And then it's just like, and then it gets worse and he goes through even worse things. And you're like, what? Like, this is, it's like, why even make a movie about this? I just don't get it. It's just
and
odd.
especially, why make one that feels that long?
Yeah.
Okay, other good things.
Oh, right. I didn't mind when he killed Harvey Dent and the judge in his head. That was kind of fun.
That was
fine
pretty
with
fun.
that.
I mean, these are the things that feel almost like a movie.
Yeah.
Like, when they're... Honestly, there were a few of the shorter musical numbers that I didn't mind too much. Like the one where they're dancing on the top of Arkham.
Yes, that's fun.
And there's like the big Arkham sign and like some of those kind of old-timey looking like 40s and 50s musical style stuff. Looks kind of cool and is at least not some of the longer numbers. Or like, as I said, the 90th or 150th thing.
I did like that by the end, this scene was like kind of mirroring what we as an audience were thinking. Because like Harley Quinn keeps singing to him and he's like, please stop singing.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, can we stop?
That was, I think, like the rare time when the best and the worst moment are the same moment. Exactly. Because I had been thinking for like 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes, like, please, no more singing. Especially because everyone is in the same style.
Yeah.
They're all like, hey, I'm starting to sing a song. And they do that for a verse, and then they're like, and I'm singing a song. And they just do that over every time.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the song about stuff that is happy. Doesn't it seem ironic in this movie? And it's ironic! Just over and over.
Yeah.
And God, it's brutal.
I do agree with the song that what the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Yeah.
I don't think the movie needs just a really depressing movie about abusing people who do have mental illness. Like, even like, because the movie's like, oh no, he was just doing it out of anger and like that's just who he is. But it's like, but no, that's still mental illness. Like they treat it almost like, oh, he just was choosing to do that. It's like, no, he had a breakdown because of all these. That's why I didn't like it. Like delegitimized all the things that actually did make sense. I was like, like it didn't justify it, but it was like, yeah, this is a broader thing.
Yes.
And then this movie just cut that all out. Like, they're just like, yeah, you've really made people angry, and they're out there, and we're like, yeah, but we don't see it. We see it for like 2 seconds. Like, make the movie about that. Like, it was so odd. It made no sense.
Have other people doing Joker crimes.
Yeah. Like, there could have been a counter story going on the whole time.
Yes.
Or
Show me the B story of, like, a group of Jokers or something that is, like, who are, spoiler alert, there's a big bomb at the end, have their backstory and cut out almost all the other shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have an interesting like spy, like heist spy kind of we're terrorists gonna do terrorist stuff movie where they're sneaking around and they're buying the thing and like that kind of thing.
Because they even have to do it in exposition. Like the other Joker guy's like, you said you wanted to burn it all down, then they blew it up. like they don't show, like you don't get to see anything. You're just like stuck in this stupid courtroom. I was like, man, the structure just sucks of this movie.
Yes.
It just sucks.
I mean, one thing about most good courtroom dramas is that they usually have like 70 of the best actors you've ever seen. Like
exactly.
like The Firm and even the ones that are not that good, like the Samuel Jackson one where he's like, yes, I deserve to die and I hope he burns in hell. Like Time to Kill, is that the one? Yeah. Even those are like, well, at least this has every actor I would ever want to see in a movie.
Yes,
There's
exactly.
Like every like side character is Gene Hackman. Or something.
Exactly.
And you're like, oh, awesome.
Runaway Jury, anyone?
Yeah, sure.
Half that movie is spent out of the courtroom. Take a note, baby.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's like some guy in the background, and he's Gary Busey. This is amazing. I love this movie. But this is like, oh, there's 70 generic people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their fault that they're generic, but they are generic.
But yeah, just
Should we just start talking about the bad thing?
yeah. I feel bad because I can't help but just be like, no, they fucked this shit up. Like I didn't mind when like Harley first did the fire and they like have their kind of little cute moment where they go out and like that was fine. Like I was like, okay, but yeah, we're getting the bad stuff. Cut out like 6 of the songs.
At least
some sort of B story that is keeping the movie going because it is just. I'll just go ahead and say that. The low main for me is the whole court, everything was just like
so grim.
Why are we just sitting here? This is like a fucking Netflix doc, like, but uncut. Like, just like watching the footage, just like, please.
Actually, remember how I said earlier that he wasn't himself? Well, I'd like to reiterate, he wasn't himself.
Yeah.
Me, I'm Harvey Dent. I'm only here because there's an explosion later and it rips off one half of my face.
Yeah, oh no.
Maybe you remember Two-Face from the Two-Face films?
Oh, yes.
Well, it's me, baby.
That's why I'm like, that's why I don't get when people are like, they're hinting at the Heath Ledger Joker. I'm like, well, no, because it's Harvey Dent. That's not how he blows his face. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like, no. I mean, it's just the same
he's just a dude.
Character.
Yeah, it's like, that's
and
the Joker.
And they just created a different origin story in the hopes that this would be successful and maybe they'd have another...
I don't know.
Like, villain has his own movie.
That was another character. They just keep cutting to him, but he doesn't do anything. Like, give him something to do so it makes sense when he's just like, hey, I'm the actual Joker.
Yeah.
Like, him just... And I didn't even get, like, you get what you deserve. It just was like, huh? You just... What do you mean?
How does he get what he deserves?
He's gotten just fucked on the whole movie. And yeah, he did bad shit, but it's like... it just was so cruel. Like the love being completely not even remotely real.
Yeah, bullshit.
Like I was just like, they are just shitting on him getting whatever sexually assaulted by the cops. I was like, why are they doing this to him?
I mean, maybe it's
or
another weird thing about the movie is it's like it seems like it's probably some kind of prison shower rape, but also you don't really. I mean, that's what you assume because they're taking his clothes off, but they don't actually confirm it. So it's just like this weird nether zone where you're like, I don't know, something bad happened to him. It just probably.
Yeah, I mean, his like when he's laying on the bed, just like crying. I was like, okay, they did. I was like, maybe they punched his penis, but it seems like they did something else. I don't know that, and then like him, like you know, he finally gets with Harley, and it lasts like 2 seconds, and you're like, they are like literally just trying to humiliate and destroy this which whatever, but I'm like, it's too much. I just
but it's not
too much.
Fun. It's not like funny.
No. Yeah.
Like it's not like, oh, isn't this guy pathetic?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is like, oh, isn't this guy pathetic? But it also is kind of like, oh, aren't you pathetic, the audience?
Yeah, exactly. Which
in some ways I am. I agree.
Yeah, sure.
I am pathetic, but
I don't know if that many people were like, yeah, I'm an incel. This is what I'm all about. I don't know if that. I know there probably were some people like that, but to the extent of making an entire movie about being like, well, it's bad to be the Joker because it's not good, and
we know that.
It's like, yeah, no one was like, yeah. I mean, whatever. Who knows? Probably.
Very few people were like, wow, this is good. I'm glad people are getting shot.
Exactly. It just, I don't know. There's an odd movie.
Yes.
Very odd.
You want to start saying negative things now?
Oh, right.
My low main was the aforementioned Please Stop.
Yeah.
He goes up the famous stairs from Joker #1.
Bring him back.
And he's talking to Harley, who's given him up because he doesn't believe in the Joker anymore. And she starts singing, and he's like, please stop. which is great. And then she keeps singing, and he keeps going, "No, please stop. I don't want to talk. I don't want to sing anymore. I just want to talk to you." And that's pretty great.
Yeah.
But not good.
No. Not good.
It was the supreme moment of like lack of self-knowledge in the movie.
It was like,
When like you put that in, but it's not supposed to be a bit, I don't think.
yeah.
Is it supposed to be? It's very difficult to
Who
tell in any
knows?
movie if something is supposed to be funny, especially a movie like this where it's like there's like 7 or 8 brutal beatings.
Yeah.
And he's got like CTE like 100 times. He just keeps getting his head hitting
Yeah.
the walls
It's
and
like,
stuff.
jeez.
But it seems like it's not supposed to be funny. It seems like he's going like, "No, I'm not crazy anymore,"
Yeah.
or some shit. Where like, "I don't want to have these crazy thoughts anymore. I just want to talk to you about how I love you."
Yeah.
And she's like,
It's odd. And then she's like, it just never felt like her character was realized in
No.
any way. It was just like, what?
"No."
And she didn't have any reaction. Like, she leaves the court blows up. She has no reaction to that, no involvement in it. And I was like,
No.
what is her character? Like, what is she doing in this
What
movie?
is her character?
I don't know.
Another of my low mains, my least favorite parts, is this. What is this movie trying to say?
Yeah.
Now, I've often said this on the podcast. If I'm enjoying myself, I usually don't care what a movie's trying to say.
Yeah, I feel
Like if there's something thrilling or, in like John Wick 1, I'm not like, "Oh, what does this mean?"
Whoa.
I'm just kind of like, "Oh, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
This is so great to watch. Look at all the things." And maybe it's also about, whatever, grief or something. But not
Something.
really.
Yeah.
It isn't really about that. It's just about how it's cool to murder people. But when I'm really bored in a movie, just like tremendously bored,
Yeah.
I start to go, "Well, what is the purpose of this movie?
Yeah.
What is first of all, what is the purpose that they think? What do they think the purpose of the movie is? And what is the purpose of the movie that I am receiving?"
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And I think in both cases, it's kind of like maybe nobody knows.
Yeah.
Because I muted myself. I
I was like, Sean just went into the void. Because here's the thing you need to know.
This is really important. I did find the cure to the cancer, and it is. Just kidding. I didn't find the cure to
Dang
the
it.
cancer. But I was like, as you said, it sort of seems like the point is there is no mental illness.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just odd.
It's everyone. If someone does something bad, they're bad.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I like 13% agree
Yeah.
with. Like, if you do something bad, it's still bad even if you're very mentally ill. And
Exactly.
we should try to get you help.
Yes.
Like, if you are a person who goes so far into your own fantasies that you, like, murder people,
Yeah.
well, we should put you in a place where you probably can't hurt other people, but we should have someone maybe try to help you.
Exactly.
That's just my dumb opinion. But this movie seems to imply that, like, if you are criminally insane, then what you deserve is gang rape? Is that the point of it? Is that the point of this movie?
See, that's what was odd. They punished his behavior, but they didn't punish any other negative behavior. Like nothing
No.
else got punished, and I was like, why is it just? It just was odd.
Yeah.
It was saying weird things, and obviously that would horrible stuff probably would happen in that situation.
Sure.
But it just was overboard for me. I was like, okay. What? Now we're getting it. And it seemed almost out of character. Like, they were pretty friendly to him most of the movie.
Yes.
Like, sure, he slaps him over the head because he gets out of line, but, it just, heightened all because he was like, these cops are fat. And I was like, what? Like, that's what
Man.
sent them over the edge to beat the shit out of. I was like, this is getting odd. Because they don't punish him when he like, everyone in the place is, like, freaking out. They're like, oh, that's fine. But then suddenly, it just was weird. I don't know.
It's very strange.
Very odd.
Like, these cops would not be able to hang in the Your Mama joke competition.
But
or like a roast battle. They
repainted his face the next day for the trial. Like, huh? It just was odd. I don't know.
Hey, get him his makeup.
Yeah. Which I could see them. Maybe if there was a scene of them, like, putting it on him and he's like, that would maybe been good and mirror the scene from the first one where he's like, smiling and like, not really,
like
whatever.
Forcing him to put it on or something. I don't know.
So who knows? But
it is a movie where almost any change would be for the better.
It needed to be a movie and it wasn't. And that's my problem. It just wasn't really a movie. Just odd. Like,
there's
scenes.
There's a bunch of scenes, and it is weird that, like, one of the exciting things about these old musicals, and even the odd new musical, The Odd West Side Story by Steven Spielberg, is, like, they are spectacles.
Yeah, exactly.
And truly the production designers tried to do a good job. Like,
true.
Many of the sets they're on look awesome when they're in these kind of fantasy worlds. But, like, they're not dancing particularly exciting.
No.
There's not these, like, big camera moves where there's, like, a crane shot and you see everything and they're spinning around and they're singing and, your stir is so stirring. You're like, wow, this is so amazing.
Exactly.
There's, like, none of that.
And for fantasies, it's like, why are they not going all out musical? Like, that would have been way better. Like, again, like, cut down most of the songs and then just make the moments where it happens big like that. And, like, like, I wrote down
a choreographer.
So, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
I mean, cool? Maybe they did, but like, let the choreographer do their job. Like, let them choreograph something.
Joaquin's like, no, I'm going to do it this way. What if I just get on a phone and sing into the phone and we just slowly zoom into me singing on the phone with me doing nothing?
And there's two shots. We got one from that sees him in profile, then we cut over and he's doing it head on and he's leaning against the phone. Wouldn't that be good?
Wow, that's thrilling.
That wouldn't be excruciating, would it?
I wrote that scene down in my notes, but there's a typo, and it says the phone call to Harley as she's about to milk herself. This is, this is say something else.
Much better movie.
That would have cuts her. I mean, if she's that crazy.
Yeah.
That would have been wild.
So much fucking when I saw the trailer, I was like, man, I can't wait to see all of that whisper singing. Yeah. And they do it in every goddamn song. It's, y'all just have to, I mean, you have to, obviously they didn't realize.
Yeah.
But you should realize that if every song has the same dynamic structure, like a slow ramp, well, there's no interest. There's no way to have any interest if it is whisper, whisper, slightly louder, then belting.
Yeah, exactly.
All songs.
All songs will be the same.
And there's, legitimately 15 or 16 musical numbers?
The songs don't seem to say anything about the movie.
There's like one or two maybe.
It's like, but what's going on?
Yeah.
Why are we singing this song? I don't get it.
It's just a song that he likes.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips likes these songs.
Yeah, so he put it in there.
Maybe he I don't know, maybe he was like, I'm going to get into the 40s.
I guess.
I'm just going to start liking the 40s.
I wish I had started liking the movie at any point, but I just was like, well, it really, like you said, it just keeps doing the same thing that you've already not really enjoyed. It's like, here we go again, more of that.
I think there were like a few. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought of a okay thing.
Okay.
The first time when he's seeing himself on TV, and he like smoking, and he's just started not taking his drugs anymore, and he starts singing some song.
Yeah.
It's fine. Because that's the first time. Like, it is the first time they do the whispery, singy. And he's sort of dancing, but not choreographed. And that was fine. But the fact that it, like, keeps being that is pretty brutal. It's also brutal that I wrote lean back. That's one of the things I wrote in my notes. Because in every scene as the Joker, he leans back.
Yeah.
He smokes his cigarette and leans back and, like, blows out the smoke. Like it's the only thing that he does.
That's the Joker.
Me? Yeah. I'm the crown prince of crime. And I can lean back.
Yeah.
That's my character trait. Is I lean back.
That's it.
It's pretty tough for a movie when you can only remember one thing about the character.
It really did feel so, incongruent or like inconsistent with the last movie.
Yes.
Like it just felt like nobody watched it or like cared to bring anything from it other than, oh, bad things happen, we're punishing it. Like it just didn't feel like the same, which I get, like he's been in this prison being abused, like it's not fun anymore. He's like, okay, yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Which I did like the scene where, it cuts back to the scene from the first one where he was dancing in the bathroom after killing people, and it just shows him, like, going back to normal, like, washing his face. Which I've always thought that's funny, like, crazy killers or characters, like, the moment after where they're just kind of doing regular shit again is funny to me. It's like... Yep, I'm just a person again.
Yeah, just a regular guy.
But I don't know. It just...
It's a bad idea to make... I think we've found out again and again that it's a bad idea to make a grim superhero movie.
Just don't do it.
Like, we've had enough. It's fine. We got it.
Yeah.
But, the thing that is fun about comic books is that they're colorful.
Yeah.
And they are fantastical. And, like, people can fly and shit.
Yeah.
Or, at the very least, they can swing through the air.
Yes.
With the greatest of ease. And they have boomerangs shaped like bats.
Oh.
That's great.
I love that kind of thing.
That's so much fun. And it's just, maybe we're just like, it's because we're all children and we're all stupid. Or they think we're all children and they think we're all stupid. Is that they're like, you know what? We can't make movies for adults. Yeah. But we can make movies for kids that are, not thrilling. And maybe it also, I think another problem, this is one of the 1,000 problems.
Yeah.
It often reminded me of Seven.
Oh, okay, yeah,
but not in good ways. Like it's, the way it's lit is sort of like all underlit Seven.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, they're indoors at like 10 a.m. and like you can't really see anybody very well.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I just don't think that's how the sun works.
No, I don't think so.
If there's like 17 floor to ceiling windows.
Yeah.
And even on a cloudy day, there's going to be some light like touching their face.
Just maybe. A little bit.
And it's just like, why? What's the point of this?
It really sad. It made me very sad. Yeah, I left and I was like, man, I just don't feel good. Like, I don't really like a movie that just its point is to make you not feel good. It's like, okay, great.
I don't mind that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, if a movie is very grim, but like I'm sort of surprised by how grim it is, or I'm like amazed at how cruel it is. Like there's I don't know if you've seen Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
No, yeah.
But it's incredibly grim. And like it keeps getting more grim, and they manage to also make the ending like the most grim.
Whoa.
like it's awful, and they're doing horrible things the whole time, and then the ending, you're like, oh Jesus Christ, I feel fucking terrible.
Dang.
But like wow,
Exactly.
I can't believe they did that.
Yeah, they pulled
But there's
it
just
off.
not any. There's not even any like moment in this where you're like, oh shit. This is it, like it's not fun fucked up.
No, yeah.
Or it's not like especially it's just like, oh, they hit his head into the wall again.
Yeah, it's like
you're bored by how grim it is.
which is also it's just like it's just a weird I don't like what they're putting out into the world. It's just odd. Like I've of course watched movies like you're saying, like where it's like, oof, that like profoundly is like deeply sad, but it's saying something about like how awful that is, and like
aren't we sick? Yeah,
this doesn't seem to stick the landing of that. It's just like, this guy's sick, he sucks, and you suck for watching it, but it's not. There's no. I don't know how to describe. Like, there's no cinematic bow tie to be like, but here's the way we presented it, so you go, wow, that really got me. It just feels like, okay, you could have just told me in like a text or something. Like, it doesn't really feel like it needed to be a 2 hour and 5 million minute movie where you're like, ugh. Okay, I get it. Like, you could have told that story in the first 30 minutes that he was, like, he's being punished and getting everything he deserves.
Yeah.
Then have some other storyline that's like, but these people are running with it and it gets out of control.
Sure.
Like, something to make it more interesting. It just really had nothing. Like, nothing. It was just nothing.
And it was tough because this is the part I've talked about the most. But when he gets out, there's the explosion. He gets out. He's running. That part is kind of exciting. And then instantly that part ends.
Yes, yep.
Like, he's free. He runs up the stairs. He talks to Harley. She starts singing the song that she doesn't like, and he's arrested.
Yeah, the cops showing back up. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "That's
don't arrest him again."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, here we
he's
go."
gotta go back to that place I don't even like.
And then it's like, as soon as the guy's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" You're like, "Oh, he's gonna kill him." Like, it just was so. And like, I also found it odd. Like, I get that Arthur was on medicine, so he wasn't like laughing as much anymore. But even when he got off of it, it's like it barely happened. I was like, that was like a main part of the first movie.
Yes,
like, this is a real thing he's struggling with, and like that again felt like, this is not the same character. No. And then are we so the whole first movie is just pretending that he has to, like, it just makes no sense. I was like, no. Huh? I don't buy it.
And it also seemed like sort of like childish fuck you. Yeah. Like, not adult fuck you, for if that makes any sense. Like, the fact that at the end they're like, yeah, we killed the Joker. Yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Yeah, what if at the end of a Joker movie we killed the Joker? Yeah, fuck you.
A real fuck you, 10 minutes in, kill him. That would have been amazing. I'd have been like, oh, whoa, we're talking about the real Joker now.
Yeah, and then and maybe it's in the trial. He says, "Oh, I'm not the Joker or whatever. I was just a sick man who, killed some people, and I regret it." And then Harley or somebody kills him. Yes, in the courtroom, and then something else happens. I don't know, something.
Yeah, give her something to do.
Give her something to do. Give us something to do.
Yeah, it didn't do it.
I find musicals lovely when they're good. But it does seem like it's a thing that you can easily spend a lot of money on and not do anything with.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, so much of those is about like great talent. Yeah. Because people have to sing well, they have to dance well. Mm-hmm. The camera has to be good. Like, they have to move around a cool looking space, and they had like 1/7 of that. Yeah. Like, sometimes the space looked cool.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes the costumes were cool.
Sometimes it's just a black room with nothing.
Sometimes it's a black room and there's a fucking spotlight.
Yeah, you just need the songs to move the story. Like in a musical, that's what they're doing. They're propelling the story. You're learning about characters. Something, yeah.
Yeah, they're like talking to each other. They're like, hey, I really love you. Yeah, I love you too.
I almost would have liked just regular, like, made up songs or something. If there would have been a storyline. Like, I just, it just is such a bummer. Like,
There's just like a weird, there's a weird jukebox that they can't turn off. They're like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh shit, the jukebox is playing again. Oh,
exactly.
fuck.
Here we go again.
It's playing another song. Ba-da-da.
Da-da.
Yeah, da-ba-da.
I'm still on trial.
If it had even been that.
Yeah, I
Think
also
how much better that would have been.
I just
Well,
thought,
it looks I'm on trial.
and the way they opened it with like the cartoon. Of course, I appreciate animation, but it just
Yeah.
also felt disingenuous to where the movie goes. It was like, no, this whole thing saying he has a shadow self that took over and he's mentally ill, and then it's like, nah, he's not.
He doesn't have a shadow
What?
self.
It just was like, I don't.
Shadow self.
Shadow shell.
Shadow. He doesn't have a shadow shelf. Shadow self.
Like, it would have almost made more sense after he was assaulted that he comes back even harder, like, as this thing, and that would have been fine. And then the blow up can still happen, or what? It just, I just thought that was such a miss. Like, what? Why did you do that? Just dumb.
This is the thing I almost never care about when like people with mental illnesses aren't treated well in a movie.
Yeah.
Normally, if it's a movie, if someone's like, I'm fucking crazy. Yeah, baby, I'm insane. And like they behead a child or something. I'm like, cool, good. That's exactly how crazy people
what
are
they would do
in this movie.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it's just like so weird.
Yes.
That it's like, you know what? Crazy people don't exist.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just do seven
You just-
murders,
yeah,
and you
that's it.
happen to get raped by every person you've ever met.
Yeah. Oh, God.
What a loser!
And even your old therapist is like, yeah, he's fucked up. He sucks.
He's not funny.
I was like, what? What therapist would?
Funny.
It was so bizarre. I was like, and then you're like, oh wait, didn't he kill her? Then of the first, oh, he imagined that too. Is anything real? Like, I was just like,
Who
I'm so
fucking knows?
over this. I'm
Who
so over.
knows?
I mean, that was I hated that in the first movie where they were like, actually, he made it all up. I was like, oh God.
He made all what? He made it.
What?
But did he
Yeah.
kill? Wait.
It just, and then, but he actually did do half of it. It just was so convoluted.
Stupid. It is a bold move to make like a movie that I just forgot.
Yeah.
But was whatever. I had almost no feelings about it,
Yeah.
except I thought the end was kind of fun.
Yeah. This was lacking
And this
any
was
of
like-
the fun.
Yeah. What if it was never fun?
Yeah, what if none of the fun stuff happened?
In
Even though
fact,
it's a movie.
What if the fun stuff was bad?
Yeah.
It's
Wouldn't that
bad.
be not fun to watch? Let's make a movie that isn't fun at all and punishes you for having fun for watching a movie about a comic book character who's crazy. Oh my God, you're evil because you think the Joker's fun. That's what art is for. We can express the dark things and be like, oh, that's fun to explore. We're not saying, yeah, let's all be Jokers and kill everybody. Like, it's just childish. I just think it's stupid. It's so immature. Dumb.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
It's very
Bad
dumb.
movie. Shouldn't have happened. Everybody sucked. Like, even Joaquin, when I really think about it, I was like, maybe he wasn't. This is one of those roles where I'm like, maybe he's always been bad.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Hardy's had a role like that where I'm like, ugh, maybe he's not a good actor. Like, it was kind of that type of performance where I went, maybe this wasn't ever
Maybe
good.
he was never good.
Yeah. But there is the classic line from the first movie where he goes, the cops ask him if the laughing is a clown thing. And he goes, a clown thing? That was pretty good. Where was the fun? We needed some kind of fun. There was no relief.
There were
The
like 2 or
songs
3
weren't-
jokes that
Yeah.
I laughed at in the entire movie, and that's not enough. I mean, that is 1 per hour.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Oh, what
Hey.
a bummer.
Can I make you feel better?
Yes, please.
Just picture him in Signs.
yes, there we go.
Just picture
Much
how
better.
just incredibly good he is in that movie.
That movie's so fun. What a fun movie.
It's amazing.
I love Signs.
It makes you feel so sad and so happy.
It's in that bizarre M. Night world. It's just perfect. That movie's
He's the
great.
best. He's the best.
Don't go
but-
in.
What?
Oh, I love the part where he's like, "Don't go in." By the way, don't go in my cupboard or not cupboard, pantry. There's one in there. I was like, "Oh, my, that scene! What a way to like be like, see it." It's like, oh,
It's so scary.
that movie rules.
Yep. But we can't only talk about
Wait.
Joker and how just brutal it was.
But we have to do something before.
Oh, please.
Where do you rank this on your... Is it better than Jaws or worse than the Super Mario movie? Where does it fit on the scale?
I feel like it's, for me, almost as bad as Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it was almost as miserable for me.
Yeah. Now, I don't... After I saw Super Mario Brothers, I sort of felt like art was a mistake. Like the idea of expressing yourself is a mistake. And this, I'm just like, well, the idea of Todd Phillips expressing himself is a mistake. I've seen plenty of other movies that make me think, oh, people should make movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is a good way to pass time.
Yes.
But yeah, this I was kind of like, well, he shouldn't be allowed.
I saw people commenting stuff like, at least it isn't Megalopolis. I was like, I'm sorry, at least that was a movie where things were happening. Like,
sure.
Oh, good God. And it was at least, not that every movie has to be hopeful, but good Lord, like something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I definitely liked it. This is a good reset movie.
Yeah.
Where you can reset your scale of what is good and bad.
Yeah, true.
And you can, you look back like 3 or 4 weeks, you're like, Beetlejuice, I thought that was incredibly lame.
Yeah.
But, man, this is so much better than Joker.
Yeah, because you gotta have things happening in your movie. Things have to happen. That's all that needs to be.
It's one of the old classics.
Like, that I've seen movies where they're trapped on a bus or something and it has more going on than this movie is wild. I just don't...
There's that movie where they're on a tower.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not particularly good, but at least is, like, they
something.
keep almost falling. They both have low-cut shirts, so their titties are always shaking. And this is like, what if there were no tits?
And no low-cut shirts.
Yeah. What if tits had never existed is sort of the mission statement of this movie. What if no one ever saw a tit?
What a dark world.
It seems like this is the alternate future that the Joker number 2 is trying to show us.
I don't want it. Get me out.
But we can't only talk about the Joker. We can talk about other things, including the movies we watched this week, which brings us to a segment called Pan Express presents Express Yourself about the movies you watched this week. Play that music, Mr. Mampy.
Ding 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 bing bing bing. It's time for the Panda Express, boom boom, because we got some things to express, boom boom, about the things we watched, boom boom, this week, da dum da dum, brown.
Beautiful song.
Dun, dun. It's like the Regal thing.
It's time for Pan Express.
Yes. Because we got
some things to express
about the things we want.
Dumb movie. Okay. I watched, I think for the second or third time, Black Narcissus.
Oh, so good.
The Powell and Pressburger flick. Which is very beautiful.
Yeah, amazing.
I still don't know if I entirely understand it. Like it is just kind of things happening, and I don't always understand why. But I'm constantly kind of awestruck by its beauty.
Yeah, the matte paintings are wild.
God.
I was like, this is cool.
The balls of like having a matte painting. And then you show it for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's someone talking over it, and you almost feel like it's moving just because it's so beautiful. And you just look around it. You go, oh, look at that. Look at that. It's, man.
That movie's amazing. The like crazy shot where she's like ringing the bell. I think you like see like down. There's like down the cliff. I was like, this is wild.
Big top down. She's looking. It's awesome.
Like that's the type of movie. Yeah, it just sticks with you. Like, there's an artfulness to stuff, even if it is, like, you're kind of like, okay, I don't really know why this is happening, but that type of mystery is cool.
Very melodramatic.
Yeah,
movie.
very, very.
Very, very.
But I loved it.
Yeah, it kicks ass. Very beautiful movie.
Crazy Nun.
Crazy Nun. Oh, a Crazy Nun.
Crazy Nun.
I mean, that movie is a lot closer to Joker number 1.
Yeah.
Where it's like... there's like simmering stuff, and then it gets fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like, holy moly.
There's simmering sex, there's simmering violence, and then there's just death.
That's a good trailer. Simmering sex, simmering violence, and then there's just death.
There's just death coming this summer.
Yeah, there's...
Did you watch any movies?
I watched the remake of the Stephen King novel movie, Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Not the best, but there were a few moments where I went, "Oh, that got me."
That's good.
But it's so hard to make vampires scary anymore. It's just kind of like Nosferatu will be like an artful movie, but I doubt I'm gonna be like, "Oh, what if Nosferatu comes and gets me?" Like it's like that just doesn't work anymore. I don't know.
It's weird, but it is. Almost all creatures are not scary anymore.
It's like, all right.
Like the fucking zombies. I'm so tired of zombies.
I'm so sick of zombies.
Jesus.
Enough.
Now, 28 years later,
who knows?
I'll still watch it. No.
Shot on an iPhone. Let's see it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I also watched Ghostbusters.
Oh, which one? There's like
number
40.
one.
Okay.
1984.
Good.
And had a great time.
Nice.
That's another great matte painting movie as well. Just like lots of matte paintings and just being like, well, here it is.
Hey,
what we did is we got an artist.
That's
and
right.
they did something beautiful, and then we show it with the camera.
I love stuff like that. Honestly,
that's it.
Bring it back.
What is it? This is a real question that I don't know the answer to. What is it that makes like a beautifully painted matte painting better than a like current times beautifully painted matte of like digitally painted? Why is it just that there's air moving through the room? Is there something about that that just makes it better? I truly don't know.
It's like the way
or am I just scum? Do I just think old things are better than new things?
The way they shoot it is just, it feels like there's space.
Yeah.
Like, because I think we've all seen bad, like, not that they're necessarily bad paintings, but just the perspective, like something you're like, this doesn't look that good.
Fit. Yeah, that's clearly not behind that thing.
It really is all about like getting masterful artists who like nailed perspective, like the freaking Smithsonian, the Smithsonian.
That's
Museum.
The one in Flintstones.
Yeah. Go. Hey, well, Ma, we're gonna go to the Smithsonian.
We're gonna go to the... hey there, Barney. Does he talk like that? I don't remember what any of them talk like. Hey there, Barney. I'm Fred Flintstone. Let's go to the Smithsonian.
It's like that. They have all these exhibits with buffalo and whatever, and like the backgrounds are painted like these like beautiful like kind of matte paintings, and you're just like, wow, that's just like there's a magic to it. Bring back the magic of cinema. That's all I'm saying. Bring it back. Yeah. Why is that to be depressing? Oh, I'm sad. Like, enough.
Yeah, not everything has to be sad.
You can be sad, but
even Black Narcissus, which is an incredibly sad movie.
Yeah.
And the ending itself is very sad.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, I wish I went back to my other life, but I choose not to.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's pretty insane. But you don't leave going, ugh, I wanna fucking die.
Yeah. And I never want to hear music again for the rest of my life.
Joker 2, I wanna fucking die.
That's what it should have been called.
Yes.
How many
people did put guns to their heads in that movie? It's like, I mean, both of them at least once.
Also, just like that whole image was one of the worst parts of the first movie, and then that they brought it back, I was like,
yeah,
why are we doing? What are we doing?
It's not edgy for someone to put a gun to their head anymore.
That's the childish thing. It's just like, what? This just feels so dumb. Like some of this stuff is just so stupid. Whatever. I didn't have to like it, and I didn't, and that's the end of the podcast.
You successfully did not. It did exactly what it meant to do.
Can you handle for next time?
Yeah.
The Wild Robot? Or are you over?
Yes. I would gladly watch The Wild Robot.
I think
I've heard it's good.
I want to see it.
And I think Terrifier 3 is coming out soon.
Oh, right.
We shouldn't watch that.
I've only seen the first one, so I don't have. I don't know if I need.
I've only got a slight amount of time to say this, but Terrifier 2 sucks dick. It is similar to Joker 2 in that it's just like endlessly grim.
Yeah.
At least there's like fun gore in it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like, why? Who on earth thought that a slasher movie, which they're just notorious for having no story.
Yes, yeah.
A guy runs around and kills people is the whole story. Who wanted that to be 2.5 hours?
That's
fucking insane.
Horror
That's
movies
just a
never.
total lack of self knowledge.
Unless it's something like you got to be pulling off some kind of masterful cinematic stuff to be even 2 hours of a horror movie. I'm like, I don't want
You
it
should
to
ask
be that long.
everyone should ask themselves before they make a movie, am I the greatest filmmaker of all time?
Yeah. I can't stand like completely hopeless situations like in horror movies because I'm like, what is the point? Like this whatever magic clown killer can't be stopped and can do anything. It's like, well, what is the point of the movie? Like, I don't, that's why I'm worried about Smile 2. It's like, well, if it just ends the same way, I'm going to be like, what the fuck is the point? I don't know. But that one does look wild, at least.
At least, okay, we don't have to talk anymore.
We don't gotta.
Joker sucks.
It's horrible.
Don't watch it. Definitely do not watch it. It fucking sucks. One of the worst movies I've seen in a long time.
It really is pretty awful.
Yeah.
Joaquin was right.
I thought going in like, well, it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Because there were definitely some people who said the first one was that bad.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, this is just whatever.
Yeah, it's not great.
It is just a whatever movie.
Yeah.
But this one I thought just sucked. Okay. Give us 5 stars. Unlike Joker Part 2, give us 5 stars on your favorite app. Write us stuff on tweet at us at FoodCourtCast. And that's enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell your friends. That's fine. On behalf of Mampy Hikes, I am Sean Parrott saying to all of you, bon appetit.